MinFi and AWS present AIM 2023 in association with CNBC TV 18.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. If you speak to any senior political leader, any thought leader, any public intellectual, any technology visionary, and you ask them which sector of our life technology can and should impact the most, near universally you would hear healthcare as the first name. Because healthcare is something that literally focuses and deals with our lives individually and of every individual on this planet. And that is why here at MinFi, we are here to showcase you our commitment to healthcare and life sciences, and we will also want to initiate a dialogue with all of you, a dialogue that gets us together to jointly solve some of the biggest problems that technology can help in the healthcare segment. So for the next 15-20 minutes, what I'm going to do is that we will quickly show you an overview of the solutions that MinFi is preparing in the healthcare and life sciences space, and thereafter we are hoping that it will lead to a better dialogue between all of us, and we come together to deal with some of the biggest problems. Now, the solutions that I'm going to showcase here today deal with different aspects of a patient and a healthcare provider's touch points in the healthcare ecosystem. There's the digitization of patient records, there is storage and retrieval of image data, AI-assisted diagnosis and prediction of disease, product feedback, patient sentiment, and the real cutting bleeding edge of multimodal analysis of genomic and medical data. So these are the domains that we are going to be talking about, and these are the 5 solutions: Lifespan, Health Stores, HealthSpan, Heal, and MyGene, that we are going to be showcasing with me and some of my techie friends here at MinFi.
Hello again. I'm Matt Thompson, your digital concierge from MinFi, and I'm thrilled to introduce Lifespan, a digital platform designed to enhance patient-integrated care. Lifespan digitizes and streamlines patient data, addressing the challenges of limited resources, inefficient paper-based data collection, and the need for tracking disease progression. Lifespan offers essential operational features like patient registration, appointments, and health records management. With AI-powered technology, it also converts paper-based diagnostic reports into digital formats. Analytic features include a comprehensive dashboard displaying disease progression and meaningful metrics. Lifespan seamlessly integrates with other AI-powered solutions for predictive analytics. It is also interoperable and compliant with industry standards, ensuring secure and easy access to patient data. Our vision at MinFi is to co-build and co-innovate with our customers, empowering medical centers to deliver the best possible care. Join us on this bionic journey to transform healthcare. Thank you.
You know, more than half of healthcare in this country is delivered by small and medium healthcare providers. But the challenge here is that if you walk into a tier 2 town in a diagnostic lab or go to a medium-sized healthcare facility, you are not looking at a scaled-down version of healthcare. You are looking to get quality healthcare for yourself. The challenge small and medium hospitals, healthcare providers, and diagnostic labs have been facing so far is, how can they bring to bear the entire force of technology for their operations? And this is the challenge that MinFi is trying to solve with some of the most robust, scalable, and agile technologies to bring to the benefit of healthcare providers of all shapes, sizes, and forms. Take, for example, our Lifespan solution. The challenge that hospitals have always faced is that a patient is going to come and they are going to collect data over a period of time. But the intelligence in that data that should inform the decision making for the doctor, that should assist the healthcare providers, has been missing so far. Also, what is important is that regardless of the size and shape of your clinic or of your hospital, the expectation is that the technology, the solutions that you deploy, conform to certain standards. You may have heard of the Ayushman Bharat Digital Health Mission. Government is working towards setting up a unique healthcare ID, a single patient record, and a health information exchange. What that means is that regardless of who you are, if you are providing healthcare services, the solutions you deploy should conform to these standards. And the touchstone of every solution at ABDHM is interoperability. And this is what this solution provides, that the solution is based on FHIR technology, ensures compliance, data privacy, and complies with HIPAA standards as well. And using all the AI and machine learning engines behind it, it will convert the paper-based data into longitudinal view of a patient's medical record and provide you intelligence and assistance to deal with it. To discuss the next solution, I would like to invite on stage the Chief Technology Officer for Minfi, Ravi. Ravi, why don't you tell us about health stores?
All right, thank you. So I thought we'll start with a very dangerous photograph. Typically all the technology stuff that works on. So on the left that you see are most of the devices that many of you would relate to. Okay, on the right you would see the different kind of outputs that you would love to have when it comes to digitization of your data, right? Medical data, right? The center is all for the AWS folks around here. So that's where the data lake comes in, okay? And that's where we kind of process it to give you an output. So this is what Health Store is. The first thing that Health Store does is solves the biggest problem is how to bring your data to a data lake so that it can be processed. Now this tool connects to anything as long as you have a drive, wherever it is, any OS, any workable OS, right? It connects to it, and it will take the first step of pushing it to the cloud where it's all going to get processed. Now, you talk of your DICOM images, you talk about your videos, you talk about your images, general images, you talk about your healthcare data like your patient profiles coming out of it, okay? So what it does is it first does a local processing, optimizes the data, and then moves to the cloud, because all these DICOMs are very heavy files, as you guys are obviously aware of, right? So it can process it, and then it can send to the cloud for processing, right? So very lightweight, very interesting tool, works very seamlessly, and absolutely 1 minute of training and everyone is aware of what Health Store does, right? So this is one. The second, some really interesting features, what we have recently introduced is, we have introduced Gen AI to actually talk to your data. Typically it's so difficult, you get training on multiple different softwares to, kind of find out what is the recording data. So that's the Gen AI that we have introduced into it. You can come to our booth sometime, whenever you get time, and see what stuffs we are doing around Gen AI. Right. So all that I said, standard OSs works with global endoscopy devices. We have actually already integrated this with multiple endoscopy devices. Your devices produce all your videos. As soon as it lands onto your system, it gets uploaded and gets processed. Okay, so that's what it works on. Standard APIs, serverless architecture. Cost is a big aspect. So AWS has a very strong serverless architecture on which this is built. Okay, so your processing cost is obviously going to be much in control, and it's very carefully we have designed this to ensure that you don't spend a lot of money unnecessarily into your infrastructure. Open standards, rules engines, machine learning for data cataloging, fuzzy logic for data discovery. Okay, this fuzzy logic is a very powerful concept. Whatever way you write it, it will still produce you the best data. That is what it's built on. OCR and NLP integration. Okay. Share your data. This is very interesting thing. Like when a data comes to you, a processed data or a raw data comes to you, you would like to share it with your friend doctors or your patient or someone else to get a more a different advice onto that, right? That is so difficult to do. When you use this platform, you have to click on that data and you say share it with this email ID. And the recipient can actually see what was there and give it back to you. So this can be a timed share. Maybe a day or two or a 7. You can share and it will kind of expire after that. HIPAA compliant. Okay, one of the major asks for the industry. And encryption. So patient data encryption, one of the key asks, again, for this industry is how do we secure that? So all of those have been covered into this one tool to put on. So what happens after this? I'll invite Dr. Kumar again to tell you how digitization is being done, once the data has reached the data lake, after all the pre-processing and stuff that has been done. So, sir, back to you.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you.
Today in India, more than half the deaths are due to chronic, what are known as lifestyle illnesses. What that means is that a disproportionately large number of people in India are affected by lifestyle illnesses. What means is that a patient once diagnosed with any of these illnesses like diabetes or hypertension or any type of cancer has years and years and decades sometimes of follow-up with a doctor or a healthcare facility. They are going to generate data from different sources, data of different types, and predicting the accurate stage of the disease and assisting the specialist, the doctor, as to what is the best possible treatment for a particular patient at that point in time that can really be leveraged by using some of the AI and ML technologies. So this is what our health span solution does. It will take the data from disparate sources. On its own, it will create a longitudinal view and will use the machine learning algorithms to actually give you predictive analysis, to help you stage the patient properly, and also offer you suggestions around some of the clinical decisions that you might need to take. To talk about our next solution, Heal, I would want to invite the deep tech learning leader at Minfi, Anirban Day. And this is a very interesting solution that Anirban is going to talk about, because so far, the patient or the user's view about a particular product that they have been using was never heard or never factored into the equation. And this is what Anirban and his team have built. So over to you, Anirban.
Thank you, Dr. Hemant. As you mentioned, users of healthcare services and products, patients, they are continuously expressing about their experience with the services and the products that they use. These expressions could be about their experiences, their opinions, their feedback, and how they look at the healthcare services and products that they're using. The subject of these expressions could be therapies, practices, products that they're using, and this data could be spread over in multiple places. But the common thing about this is that this data appears to be free-form, which means that it appears to be very subjective. What we're trying to do is apply AI, specifically a technique called targeted sentiment analysis, to bring a structure to this data. Essentially, we are trying to apply AI to quantify the strength of the sentiments in the user's expressions or experiences about these products and services that they are using. So targeted sentiment analysis actually creates numeric values of the sentiments, so it gives a structure to the data. And what it really helps us do is take actionable insights, because this data then becomes the basis of taking business decisions. So that's what the Heal solution is about.
Thank you, Anirban. Now, when I was talking about that small and medium hospitals or healthcare providers can really leverage the solutions that Minfi is producing, you might be asking yourself, what if I'm a big company? What, I am like really scaled out? Does Minfi cater to only small and medium-sized hospitals or life sciences companies? Well, the answer is no. And this is the beauty of technologies that we deploy, that they are really, really scalable. They can start where you are, and they can scale up to any length or dimension that you would want. And to explain a cutting-edge solution that Minfi has already worked with a Fortune 500 life sciences company, I want to showcase the MyGene solution from Minfi.
Hey there. This is Matt Thompson, Minfi's digital concierge, and I'm excited to introduce MyGene, an AI-powered solution developed by Minfi for drug development and disease progression analytics. MyGene is designed to help healthcare and life sciences organizations manage and analyze omics, clinical and medical data more efficiently. With MyGene, we aim to accelerate drug propensity analytics, clinical trials, and disease detection by providing a comprehensive solution for integrating and analyzing genomic and clinical data. One of the key features of MyGene is its ability to store vast amounts of genomic, clinical, and imaging data at scale. This enables healthcare professionals and researchers to manage and access large amounts of patient data quickly and efficiently. Another significant feature of MyGene is the ability to identify patient clusters using multimodal data and explainable AI. This feature allows healthcare professionals to examine patient data across multiple parameters, providing a more comprehensive understanding of patient health.
It took decades and millions of dollars for the first genome to be decoded. But since then, the cost, the time, and technology required to actually decode a human genome has come down exponentially. What that means is that genomic data is available now at an individual level. But the problem is that it generates vast amounts of information. Not only that, to actually utilize this genomic information as a doctor, you would want that information from patients' vitals, for example, is available. The data that is available in the diagnostic images and reports is also available, and it is all fused together to actually produce the most accurate picture of a particular patient's staging of disease, or at what point the patient is in their disease life cycle, and what is the best solution available for that. And this is what the MyGene solution does for our customers who are life sciences companies, big healthcare providers. Allows a multimodal data to come together to provide patient-level analytics and predictive analytics, to provide some of the most cutting-edge information that one can find in today's world. Now, you must be thinking that, okay, we have been talking about standards and medium, small hospitals and life-size companies. What is it that underpins some of these solutions? What is the underlying technology, and how can we be sure that what Minfi is offering us today is something that is truly solid? Well, to help you answer some of these questions, I would like to invite on stage Principal Solution Architect from Amazon Web Services, AWS, Kaushik. And what he is going to tell you that all these solutions are built upon some solid foundational technologies that can be actually put together in a modular way to create solutions with you which still do not exist. And that is the beauty of some of these technologies. So Kaushik, over to you. Why don't you explain some of the technologies that underpin these solutions?
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Hemant. First of all, good afternoon, all of you. Very excited to be here. And kudos to the efforts on Minfi's AIM 2023. So I will start with an insight that over 97% of healthcare data remains largely unused because they are deeply buried as unstructured data, right? So we at AWS, we aim to help healthcare organizations to unlock the power of data in order to improve healthcare outcomes and whatnot. So we do this by building purpose-built healthcare solutions and services, like for example, Amazon Health Lake, Amazon Omics, and Amazon Health Lake for imaging, and a bunch of other services that goes with it. Now let me start with Amazon Health Lake, right? So Health Lake is a service that helps our customers to, one, store, analyze healthcare data at petabyte scale, right? It allows you to store standard data like FHIR or fast healthcare interoperability resources and build population health level analysis on top of it. Now moving on to genomics, genomics is again a very interesting space here because the cost of sequencing has gone down from, if you look at few years back, it was $100,000 or even more. But now it's somewhere around $200 or even lesser. It is all possible because the cost of compute, analysis, and everything has gone down thanks to the technology, right? So Amazon Omics is again a fully managed purpose-built healthcare service that lets you store, analyze, and also build pipelines around genomics and largely omics data. It could be transcriptomic or proteomic or any kinds of omic data. And moving on, we also have Health Lake Imaging. Again, it's another service that lets you store images, medical images, and also lets you quickly, I would say, store, compress, and also deliver the data in sub-second latency. Now, all these capabilities enable, of course, partners like Minfi to build all these solutions that actually cater to solve last-mile problems that we see in healthcare organization. Again, it could be an enterprise hospital or it could be an SMB.
So, Kaushik, could you give us some of the use cases which are built using some of these technologies which are benefiting our customers?
Absolutely. I'll give you a two-pronged approach. One, individually, if you look at it, again, Health Lake is a solution or a service that is used to build population health level analytics. Now, how that can happen, right? First, you standardize the data, like into formats like FHIR, and then you store in Health Lake, and then you also kind of convert to vocabularies like ICD-10 or SNOMED that helps you to kind of like, move towards building an efficient claims pipeline, or like to build population health strategy, or even build disease prediction models. Like that is what a lot of hospitals are building. Like for example, hospital-acquired infections are one use cases that we see commonly, and discharge summary generation, and also to understand more about medical imaging by bringing in image segmentation kind of AI use cases. Now that's just one. And also you can combine all these different types of data, which we call largely as multi-model data, and where you can actually make sense of patients even granularly and in detailed fashion. Now, just think about it, right? You bring in clinical data from tools like Health Lake, and then you bring genomics data, which is actually a sequencing data for an individual patient or a group of patients, and then you also have imaging, right? So you put all of them together, and then you do an analysis which is going to give you a precise information of the patient, and doctors or the healthcare organization would be able to deliver precision medicine on top of it.
Can I bother you again, Anirban? And can I ask you, Kaushik has used a lot of jargon and tough sounding words. What is it that you are doing at Minfi with some of these foundational technologies?
Sure. Why don't we start looking at the architectures that you have actually built? If I start with lifespan, as Kaushik mentioned, right? We are using Health Lake as the backend data store for storing the health data in for patients. If you look at HealthSpan, we are using a lot of machine learning with Amazon SageMaker. With both Lifespan and HealthSpan, we are also using Amazon Extract to a large extent because we are trying to convert paper-based health records, lab reports in PDFs and other formats to longitudinal patient data. So lot of use of Extract. If you look at Heal, I mentioned before, this solution is built around sentiment analysis. So we are extensively using Amazon Comprehend. We are also using Amazon OpenSearch as the tool for visualization of the sentiment analysis data. And finally, if we move to MyGene, again, this is where we are using Amazon Omics as the multi-omics store. We are combining that data with patient data from Health Lake, and we are using those, we are building the machine learning models using Amazon SageMaker, and finally visualizing using Amazon QuickSight. So that's in a nutshell the use of different AWS services in Minfi's AI solutions for healthcare.
Kaushik, I would love to have your quick views on Minfi's work in this HCLS arena.
Sure. And again, we work with all large hospitals who are chains, who have a number of facilities across the country, to also a hospital and also super specialty clinics. Often the common challenge that we hear is one, how do I make sense of data? To make sense of data, I need to first integrate data from all my enterprise systems, right? And what I see here is solutions that you have built that basically is helping to solve some of those problems. And I think this could greatly benefit customers from all kinds of segments, and I'm really excited for it.
Thank you. So, guys, this really is a brief showcase, but as I said at the beginning, what we are trying to do here is AI first approach. We are not saying let's build a legacy system and then let's figure out a machine learning algorithm on top and then let's figure out if AI can do something. Minfi is trying to do something which is pretty radical, which is AI first. The other important thing about all these solutions is they are built on rock solid technology. They can be combined in a modular way. So whatever solutions that you are seeing here, they can be combined in any combination to actually generate a solution that is specific to your requirements. And that is what I said at the beginning of my talk here, that the challenges in healthcare are so vast and so complex that we all need to come together, start a dialogue and say, okay, this is what technology can do. These are some of the solutions that are built. What are the newer and more configured, more specific solutions that we can jointly sort of build, co-innovate and co-produce to let India really sort of feel the full force of technology, like in fintech or edtech. The the landscape has transformed. I think it is time that in healthcare, we utilize the technologies that are available to us with people like Minfi, with organizations like AWS, and really do something transformational for this country, for all of us at the end of the day. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here today. First of all, I'd like to thank the entire Minfi team for giving me this opportunity. When I started working in Ayurveda, the whole goal was to have a conversation along with modern doctors, technologists, to create something unique that can help patients. And I'm very happy to stand before you today to present what our company does and also what we built with partners like Minfi. So let me ask you a simple question. Are you healthy? Can I just have a show of hands? How many people think they're healthy in this audience? Quite a lot. All right. I just wanted to tell that a lot of us who think are healthy are not. That's because the definition of the health, as we understand today, is flawed. The current paradigm, if we don't have disease or symptoms, we are considered healthy. If that is the case, why do we have 130 million pre-diabetic people who don't have any symptoms, don't know that they have diabetes? 250 million people who are obese. They're always healthy before they turn diseased. And for most of these diseases, you have to take medicines for your entire life. You take metformin for your entire life. You take statins for your entire life. So clearly something is not working. The current paradigm of reactive population-based care is helping us live longer, but not healthier. So we always believe that the paradigm has to change, and we play our part in contributing towards this. The future medicine, as we envision, it has to be significantly different. It has to be personalized. It has to be preventive, especially with the emergence of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, cancer, etc. So imagine if you can keep people healthy for an extra year, right? In US alone, this metrics is just staggering. If you can keep people healthy for an extra year, it can save $1 trillion. When I was trying to calculate, it's very hard to count the number of zeros, right? So imagine the money that you can save, and this whole money could be used for other purposes. So the opportunity is huge, right? So it has to have a convergence of traditional science, Ayurveda, and also leverage the latest advances in modern science. That's what we strongly believe, that the data-driven health and wellness, which leverages AI, can help people be healthy. And also, we take advantage of the modern advances, modern markers. So as you can see here, Ayurveda is very personalized. First, an Ayurveda doctor tries to understand a baseline, what we call phenotype of a person. Subsequently, you assess the diseases. And we give actionable recommendations. So people always ask me, why do you believe in Ayurveda? So I show the data. So we have a saying, in God we trust, everybody else must bring data. I was suffering from chronic gastritis for 6 years, nothing helped. Then I went to an Ayurveda doctor, and without knowing anything about my background, he was able to diagnose the entire case history. As an engineer, I was very fascinated, and I started looking at Ayurveda in more detail. So I registered myself as the first patient in my clinical study, and I said, we have to generate data. So this is the data that we were able to produce. After 3 months of Ayurveda treatment, symptoms decreased, and we also looked at deep markers, inflammatory markers, because for any chronic disease, inflammation is one of the main component. And as you can see here, for the first of its kind study, which shows that inflammatory markers decrease significantly before and after Ayurveda treatment. So that's the mission of AI, to leverage Ayurveda principles, but use advanced modern markers to deliver highly personalized Ayurveda. Today, we're happy to beta launch our first of its kind IVL application that combines the best of both fields and looks at various markers and gives personalized recommendation. We partner with the best in the field. In fact, I should thank Minfi team, entire Minfi team, who has helped us in this journey. We also partner with company which does gut microbiome, because as you all know, the gut bacteria in our body has more cells than a human cells. So it's very important that we understand deeper markers, and we partner with various authentic iron supplement companies. So today, I'm happy to share with you exclusive sneak preview of what we are building. I'll be happy to get valuable feedback from you. So you can download this from Google Play. It's called IWELL, AIWELL, and the code is AIM23. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saurav Kasera, and I am co-founder of Clearnet. Thanks for giving me this opportunity today to be in front of you. So I'll tell you a little bit about Clearnet before I go to DocTube. So when we started this company 6 years ago, I think the theme for today, which is AI for billion people, that is something which appealed to us. And I'll give you a demonstration what I mean. So if I have to go maybe from Delhi to Kolkata, there are multiple ways to go, which might cost differently. You might take a flight, you might take an economy seat, you might take a business seat, or you might go by train in different classes, or you might go by road. Now, at the end, you reach Kolkata, any way you go. And that was the context when we started that, anyone who is there, at the end of the day, if he wants healthcare, irrespective of whatever money affluence he has, his final destination should be that he should be able to get quality healthcare, which means how do you dissociate affluence from healthcare? If you have more money, you can take a more premium product, you can take better facilities. And it was easier than, it was harder than we thought initially, because the affluence, the money is important. So one of the things that dawned on us is knowledge is very, very critical. Content is very, very critical to the overall picture. And that's how Clearnet was started. So we are actually a knowledge and a content-driven solutions provider, both to doctors and to patients. We started with doctors, so today we have a platform with over 350,000 doctors in India, which is 33% of India's doctors. On a monthly basis, there are more than 20,000 cases, patient cases that gets discussed. And I'm very happy to be part of this conference because I come from the opposite side. We have a lot of data, but we don't know what to do. So this is a very, very good area, I think we'll be very, very happy to provide that. So we extended the same platform to patients now. So there is a lot of research, about what patient education can do, but we have actually never taken it that seriously. There are mounds of literature that says that if the patient is properly educated, if the awareness is there, there are less hospitalization, the quality of life goes higher. So it's very, and I think I should congratulate Minfi. I saw the first video that came up with CKD, which was chronic kidney disease, the kind of work that was getting done. But it's also very important to ask, why do so many people have chronic kidney diseases in India, that they actually reach to the stage of dialysis? I'm not a medical doctor, but whatever I know, I can tell you that the first stage is if you're diabetic, you have to know that you're diabetic. Most of the times, especially at the bottom strata, people go, the duration that you don't know the disease is so higher that by the time you start taking medications, your kidneys have already gone down. So that is what we are trying to change through DocTube. And actually it's not we, it's the doctors of India that are trying to change DocTube, because the entire motivation of starting DocTube came from them. It's like a YouTube platform. You can go and see, you can just go over there now, www.doctube.com, where doctors are posting patient education videos. Within a period of 1 year, we have already recorded more than 10,000 patient education videos by more than 4,000 doctors in India. And in the next 1 year, we estimate it's going to be more than 50,000 with how things are going on. Now, that's one part, which is the content. Now, where is the AI part? The AI part will come as to how we can help a patient in his journey. So one of the things that I was telling, that the healthcare journey of a patient is very, very alone. You get very scared. You just don't know whom to talk to in today's age. And I think AI, or we can even call it Gen AI, it has immense potential to guide patients in terms of what their journey can be and assist in their journey. I'll take two examples. If you look at parents with kids who are neurodivergent, they really have a very, very hard time coping up with kids. And at that stage, if you can actually get someone who guides them through their journey in a proper way, and that guide just cannot be text, it cannot be words, because you also need to get a lot of confidence. And that's why we thought, you know, if we can put a certain twist to this Gen AI, make sure that, you know, doctors actually become the speakers for this way. So we are building technology at the back of this, that as a patient, if you come with your problem, with what you're looking for, we are going to create a journey for you where multiple doctors will participate in the entire part, so that you have actually someone talking with you out there. So that's the vision with this. And again, I would like to thank all the doctors who are contributing immensely to this platform out here. And I believe that this has the potential to change healthcare. I am in a panel, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what we are doing, how we are doing out here. But thank you so much for your kind attention and for giving me this opportunity.
Good afternoon to everybody, and I would like to thank Minfi and AWS for giving me this platform to talk on this particular topic. So we all know that there are about 138 million people who are in the senior citizen category in India. This is as per census 2021, and every year on year it's increasing. As well, there are a lot of opportunities worldwide, and a lot of their children are moving abroad for their, a good job opportunity, and hence they're left behind. And if they have to go in for a test or any of the medical help, they find it really difficult because there's nobody to take them around. And that's how, while thinking about all this aspect and post-COVID, there was a lot of transformation which took place in the healthcare space. This particular concept of Ghar Pe diagnostics came into existence. As we all know, Ghar Pe means at home. So we are India's first integrated diagnostics on wheels, and we provide medical screening and testing of people at their doorsteps. The problem is, imagine a senior citizen who's there at home and is unable to get to the diagnostics because they do not have support. In addition to that, there are a lot of pregnant women as well who require real help to get to the hospital or the diagnostic center. In addition to that, we as Indians have a tendency that we would rather want to wait for a test to be done or get it done when there's a real emergency and then run to the hospital. So this problem is addressed by giving them tests at home. So these are the products which we do, or services you can say. We have a complete bucket, more than 9 entities. So starting from the basic blood tests, we do even X-rays at home, we do ECGs at home, Holters, neurological tests like EEGs, ENMGs, pulmonary function tests, your NST, and in addition to that, we also support them with physiotherapy and nursing aids. So our solution is not only a one-stop solution for all their needs. In addition to that, we are cost-effective. Second and third, we give accurate results instantly. So the minute we go to their homes, the tests are done, it's shot, and it's given to the patient then and there itself, except for the blood investigations, which is brought back to the central laboratory. So we've partnered with Minfi. They are our technological partners, and quickly, without wasting too much of time, I will just explain how the whole process, how it is taken up. The minute a person downloads the app, he registers himself, and then there is a screen where he gets the whole test menu. From there, he can choose a specific, for an example, if he's choosing an X-ray, he could choose a specific zone of the body, and then the test is selected. The minute the test is selected, the technical guy gets assigned, and from there, the technician knows what are the tests he wants, when does he want it, and where is the location. The person reaches home and executes the whole test, and after completing the test, he signs off. So this is the whole runway of the app which we've created with the help of Minfi. Artificial intelligence is what we're talking all about today. And we all know that this is going to grow in a very large manner. So I mean, if you look at only the X-rays or the blood investigation, this is going to go a very large way. And not only that, it's going to, for an example, if I just take an example of an X-ray, so we are building X-ray after X-rays, and this will give it to the system. It will learn over a period of time after accepted by the radiologist, and it will help in picking up the diagnosis early, in addition to giving them the early treatment as well. So this way, artificial intelligence is definitely going to make a big way while we're going through our journey and as we scale across. So the target audience is all of these people whom we are looking at and trying to get them help at their doorsteps. The opportunity is huge. The global diagnostic market, home diagnostic market, is valued at $6.2 billion, and it is growing at a CAGR rate of 10%. Similar is the case in India. It is almost at $2.3 billion, and it's also growing at a CAGR of 10%. The USPs which we have is, one, of course, I've already told all of it. One which I've left out is the eco-friendly. We do not give any printouts. They're all on the digital platform, and we give them as links. Those links can be spread across to anybody, anywhere across the world. Hence, the reachability is faster, and you're able to get to the diagnosis faster, and hence get the treatment early as well. Finally, with considering the timelines and everything, I complete my talk today. And I am Dr. Santosh, again signing off from Ghar Pe Diagnostics. We test while you rest. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Suman Das from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi. So Rajat and I came up with this idea almost 2 years back. Thing was that picking up seizure events, it's really difficult because most of the times it doesn't happen in the clinic. And India has only 52 epilepsy clinic where you can do video EEG recording, just 52, right? And for government hospital, it's waiting time more than 3 months sometimes. And for private hospitals, per day it is plus 30,000 rupees it costs. Important thing is that what we try to do is that not only taking up the seizure event, but also trying to predict when the seizure event is going to occur. Why? It's not just because that we can give some kind of medicine to that patient and just suppress the seizure event. No, not that. But suppose we want to take the patient for surgery, neurosurgery, and there we need to find out when and what region actually generating these seizure events, right? For that one we do ictal spect. If you are from medical background, it's very known topic. What you do is that you give a drug. That drug after injecting, it has 1 hour you have. Okay, so within that 1 hour, if that patient doesn't get seizure event, then what happens that it's kind of wasted. Then again you have to wait, and again you have to give the drug. Now thing is that if you can predict when it is going to come, it can happen that you can perform that ictal spect very efficiently. One is that. Second thing is that when you are doing the drug titration for epilepsy, as you know that there are almost 15 generation of drugs for epilepsy. Now there is a tapering down of the effect size, and also when you are changing for different kind of titration of the drug is happening, that time also seizure episode can occur. And at that time, if you can predict that this time you are going to have an attack within an hour, that is already you can actually save that person. You can say that okay, you stay at home. The other part what you saw for Deepak, that is already we are doing, that is remote monitoring, which is very important. Remote monitoring, why it is happening now, that patient doesn't have to stay in the hospital, and also hospital also doesn't have enough space, to be honest, right, to accommodate all the patients when they are arriving over there. And also it is not cost effective. If the patient stays at hospital and when titration is happening for 7 days to 15 days, you cannot stay. And also the patient doesn't like to stay there, right, in the hospital environment. So there, if you can record over there, and also what happens, the doctor who is having, after the recording done, if that person, the doctor can at least see that what is happening, not only the online what is happening, but also anytime if I can see, right. So, that will be very important, that is one thing. And also definitely the first part what I see the seizure event, when you can actually predict like when it is coming, and it has multiple levels of impact in the healthcare system as such, like per se like doctors as well as like patients. So, it will actually like it will collect different layers of data and then interpreting it and also giving support to the patient. Okay. And for that technology, like I would like to bring Dr. Rajat Anand. He is looking into the technology part specifically, how he is implementing, what he is doing that, and he will be describing more about that.
Hello, I thank Minfi for inviting us. I am the co-founder of SEZI, and here we are combining the core medical problem which Dr. Sumandas explained to you along with AI. And the main aim of the company is to predict seizures in patients. And the most important part of AI, as you already know, is the data, right? And there we are using the remote patient monitoring, where we are able to collect everyday EEG data from patients at the comfort of their home, and then combining it with the seizure events to forecast seizures from the EEG data. So there we are using AWS cloud services, and as we scale to a large number of patients, we'll be taking help from Minfi also. So, and in the long term, we are also, this technology which we are building has the potential to go to other disease categories also, like monitoring epilepsy and Parkinson's disease also, depression also. So, and thank you, and looking forward to discussing with you guys. Thank you.
Hi. So, all of us with human bodies would feel the pain, we will have structural problems with our body. But do we need the kind of perseverance which Sindhuri showed probably for 10 years, going through different kinds of therapies, rehabilitations, and then finally landing into a particular place which could actually get the right kind of assessment for her and then put her on the right path? May or may not be. So, what we actually need is a system that is designed for convenience and also which rewards adherence for the patients. Let's also just zoom out a bit and see what the physical body care is all about. It's let's not look at it from a prism of only restorative care or trauma. It also means higher performance from the physical body and preventive care and injury prevention. But there are certain challenges when we speak about the physical body assessment, the motion of the body, which comes from the very nature of the complex nature of our joints, which can move in different directions, in different planes, have different degrees of motion in the body. How to analyze them and how to quantify and measure that kind of a motion. And this is where we started putting certain guiding principles for the solution that we were working on. We wanted to create an asset light model which is scalable. Also, we are not here to replace the clinicians. We are working on collaborating with the clinicians, bringing them on a particular platform where we could help standardize the way they are working. Ensuring that the cost of ownership is extremely low, so that not only the clinicians but the end users who are clinicians' customers are able to use the platform easily. Provide an end-to-end digitization so that there is a belief in that particular solution, and most importantly, provide a physical and digital continuum to people, to the patients, and to the rehabilitation industry for which we are working on. This is where PhysioAI as a cloud-based asset-light MSK care model came in, which you can look at it from 3 different buckets. One, we are creating an MSK toolkit, which is musculoskeletal toolkit, which helps in the AI assessment and creating the therapy, AI therapy plans, provides a comprehensive MSK protocols. Most importantly, we are creating a network of rehabilitation MSK specialists who can be empaneled on the platform, helping them in standardizing their services so that the patient, when they come, they know that this is the base that they would be getting for sure as a service. And as we move forward, we are working on creating a digital twin for the rehabilitation specialist who can help in doing the basic assessments, doing the monotonous job of digitization and quantification, and when the therapist is not around, the rehabilitation specialist is not around, also supervising the way the therapy is being performed by the patient. And we are fortunate to have partners, the best partners from academia, from the government, and from technology and rehabilitation industry who are working with us in this particular mission. So let's see what exactly we are currently providing. So what we do is we provide a complete practice management for the MSK specialists who could create their own cloud clinics, have extensive assessment protocols ranging from orthopedic to neuro rehabilitation, go over the digitization, which is not only pure assessment but also camera based assessments where computer vision comes in to assess in near real time your postural alignments, range of motion for each joint, for multiple joints at the same time, look at multiple tests that can be done for neurology and orthopedic areas. And as we move into the future, we are creating the PhiBot, which will be an anytime, anywhere assistant to you and me. While working in an office, we may have muscular pains, but are we looking at going to the therapist immediately? No. So we'd be interacting with our office tools, speaking or in fact putting in our details to the PhiBot, and PhiBot looks at the symptoms, takes out the symptoms cognitively from the details that you are putting in, does the motion analytics, does the camera based analytics which any doctor does, and then suggests with a detailed report that is your condition, does that require a specialist attention, or it can be taken care of while you are sitting in office or when you are at home itself. And based on that, you can do the therapies that are suggested by the PhiBot, or if it is if it requires a specialist attention, then it automatically helps you connect with a teletherapy session with a therapist, again, which is not a simple telehealth tool where all these particular assessments can be done on the video call itself. And of course, then you can do the therapy sitting at home or in your office while the PhiBot is watching you and assisting you. The solution is effective across MSK conditions, across musculoskeletal conditions, and is very fungible to be trained across any of these areas. Musculoskeletal condition market as such is gonna double up in the next 5 years in the country, and it's a $180 billion market in worldwide. We are a seasoned tech and healthcare professionals who have come together to form this particular solution and have had many recognitions and partnerships for our particular solution. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to Minfi, AWS, and CNBC for taking this to a larger audience. I see a lot of friends here. Thanks for coming here. So the idea of Wonder is to bring in the preventive, predictive, promotive, curative, and rehabilitative care, and especially to women and for the newborn. Because we lose a lot of women during the period of pregnancy, and the newborn, about within a month, there's a lot of loss of life. So the idea of Wonder was to build a digital platform which is AI enabled, which we thank Minfi for helping us, to ensure that the right alerts are provided at the right time for us to do the right medical intervention and to save lives. There are about 250,000 women on Wonder platform today, and we're happy to say that we have saved 50% of lives in Bihar. And we would like to ensure that, the lot of lives that we lose because of preeclampsia, hypertension are reduced across India. So that's the idea of Wonder. I'll quickly take you through of the capabilities in AI which Minfi has helped us. So we use TensorFlow and we use Keras for our AI capability. And the case studies that we have are immense, that women who are at rural areas have found technology, with the help of technology, they have reached the hospital in time and their lives was saved. So those are the case studies and how AI has helped us. Wonder provides clinical decision support to the doctors, to the ASHA workers, and the CNRPs who are at the ground level, who take the information and provide the care for the women and the children and the newborn. So that has helped them tremendously. Earlier, it was all moved to the district hospital or to the tertiary care. But today, the ASHA workers is able to take care of the women at the village. So that's a great advantage of having a digital platform which enables the low-lying workers to provide care to women who are in need. Then Wonder is being used hugely with analysis of these many women on the platform today, which helps the doctors to give the right kind of clinical guidance that again is AI enabled. And finally, the Wonder platform, which takes care of all regulatory, ethical consideration, the patient safety, the security and privacy, to ensure that only the clinical data and the outcomes and meaningful outcomes are provided to the physician to ensure that their information is secured. So that's what Wonder is all about. We thank all of you for patiently hearing what we had to say, and you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
MinFi and AWS present AIM 2023 in association with CNBC TV 18.